Are Roblox events dying? Oh, look at that. But yeah, that's what we're talking about, and let's go. So I saw this image on the RBX Events Twitter, and it had me intrigued. See right here? 275 to 110. This is referring to the Hunt First Edition and the Hunt, no, the Classic. And look, it's staggering. Like, yes, this is the first Roblox event in like 5 whole years, but the Classic had way more hype. Matter of fact, on the Roblox TikTok, you could see like the drastic difference in interest. The first reveal only got 6 million. 6 million? 3 million? It's not that much, but for the Classic, if you scroll a little higher, 17 million right there, look. 17, 7, 10, 7. Overall, it performed way better in like accumulating hype. And that's what brought me into doing all this research. So if you played the Hunt First Edition, you would know that there's 100 games. So the general gist of what you would do is that you join the lobby, you'd find a game that you'd like to play, boop, and then you join back into the lobby. That'd be two entire visits. Compared to the Hunt First Edition, the Classic only had around like, was it 15 games, which is like 18% of, what, 18? 15% of what the Hunt First Edition had. So let's try to rationalize this, huh? So the Hunt First Edition, and it's true, it had 275 million. If you go down here, you can see there were badges that were given when you first joined the hub. And this is more indicative of how many people play the event, given like alts and stuff. Here, you can see this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 36 million people play this event. So that's more indicative of what it actually was. Compared to the Classic, that does have 110 million, you can check by the badges that 34 million. You'd say that it's obviously equivalent. Like, it's just more telling that each of the events were more or less similar to each other in performance. So this really doesn't tell anything other than that you had to join this lobby more than the Classic. And honestly, it kind of shows that the Classic did better. And by doing this, you can see a more realistic viewpoint of how popular each event was and how many people actually played it. So for the games, where is it? Welcome to the Games had 24 million views or visits. 24 million. So that's like a 33% drop, which is nothing to actually that seems that's like 30%. But yeah, it's not that bad if you look at it like that. 76 million. If you go to the Haunt, well, actually, this one doesn't really have one. The closest thing to one is the Golem of Decay or the orange ghost horns. These two, well, you needed to go into a game and then take a picture, which you can't really say how many people joined it based off of that because the drop off rate is exponential, like negatively exponential. It's got to be like that. I'm right here. But anyways, the Winter Spotlight, this one's pretty like telling of what it was during the time. Oops. But yeah, this one had 15 million, which makes more sense. This was half as popular as the Hunt First Edition and the Classic, and that makes sense. So, but it wasn't the same as this. It wasn't as bad. Like it didn't perform like a fifth as well as the Hunt First Edition. So I just wanted to prove this point. But I mean, obviously, it has a little bit of truth, but it's exaggerated. The Hunt Mega Edition, this one was pretty good, but from what I saw, there was not a lot of hype, right? But apparently, look at that, 38 million, damn near. This kind of means that the Hunt Mega Edition was probably the most popular event, even though it kind of felt like it wasn't. But yes, after that, it's the dreaded hatch. And I was surprised over here to see that it did pretty well. Like, more well than these guys. But I was pleasantly surprised. Okay, so the only one here, it's not an official one, but you really can't miss this one if you're playing the event for more than 30 seconds. So 20 million people have gotten this event, or this badge. And I mean, that did make sense. It felt like a lot of people were playing this. Even friends like that haven't played Roblox in a while hopped on to play the hatch. So that's cool. The takeover, on the other hand, the takeover, I think no one cared about this damn event. And I mean, I could see why. This one is kind of in the same boat as the haunt, that there's like not really a free item that you get. The closest thing is the wings of inspiration, but again, that like requires you to join a game and actually do something in there. And only 2 million people have gotten this. So you can't really tell this with this one. Finally, the most recent event as of now, the Halloween Spotlight. I honestly kind of enjoyed this event, and checking for this, boom, right there, Quavering Compass. 9 million people have gotten this item, so it did half as well as the hatch, and like a little under the Winter Spotlight. So there's been a steady decrease of interest in the event, minus the Hunt Mega, which did pretty good. So this is kind of how it went. Yeah, people are starting to not care, and I can see why. There isn't a lot that Roblox is giving for the community, especially during the hatch right here. Okay, because of a little certain little teddy bear right here. Yeah, but little Tedler here, Roblox's favorite little guy, um, he was a pretty good contributor, like towards how Roblox events have been going downhill. Not only in the terms of like quality and the amount of time each game and like the entirety of the event takes to complete, but also just the reputation each event has been garnering. So like the hatch has like 20k, or I mean 20%. Takeover 40, recovered a little bit, and then the Halloween Spotlight. This one has 61k, so it's like it's recovering, but like it's only because people are forgetting. Free schlep. I miss these events, or maybe I just miss being happy. Sigh. Roblox really needs to like cave into its personality more. Like instead of using those tweets, that little tweet guy, just put that energy into the events, and maybe it would pay off. But yeah, a lot of these events feel a little sterile. Honestly, let's see which one would be the worst. You know what? Let's do a little rating. Okay, the haunt definitely has to be the least, like the worst event. It might be a hot take, but the takeover was absolute. It was just too hard. I mean, I don't know. Okay, this one has to go to the hatch. It was kind of fun to me. I was playing with all my friends, so I mean, it did make it a lot funner, and that counts for all these guys too. Halloween Spotlight is like what, fourth? It was, it wasn't bad. The execution could have been better. There could have been more stuff. The boss fight kind of sucked. But actually, yeah, you know what? This boss. Can I even call it the boss fight? Like, this is equivalent to what's next, the classic. The boss fight kind of sucks. The games kind of suck, except for Arsenal. And what else was there? I can't remember, but Arsenal was awesome. Damn. Damn, where did Arsenal go, huh? They better be cooking for the Hunt 3. But yes, the boss fight kind of sucked too. So that's why these guys are kind of similar, but this one's ahead because the theme is just so good. Like I love Retro Slop, but Winter Spotlight, I mean this one's just tame. I played it with my friends, man. It was just fun, except for Tower Defense. God, don't remind me. The games is actually not. No, the games is down there. Actually, the classic is over it. All right. Okay, let's do this again. The haunt, the takeover, the hatch, Halloween Spotlight, the games. Let me think. Is the games really that good? It did have a good boss fight. The prizes suck. Alright, let's restart this. Wait, the Hunt Mega, is it really that good? Honestly, yeah, it was. Okay, look, the Haunt, the Takeover, the theme was cool, but the games took way too hard. The Hatch, it's the Hatch. The games, it was kind of sterile, but it was kind of fun. I was pink team though. Halloween Spotlight, it was, decent. Not much to say though. The classic, there's the classic. Winter Spotlight, wholesome Chungus moments. Really good, I liked it. The Hunt First Edition, this is carried by hype, but I stand by it. It was a lot of hype. The this is the like only live event, like like a truthful live event. When it fell out of the sky, that was like really cool. You could see it from like a day before, and when it actually dropped down, holy peak. And it kind of like rolled into the classic. It kind of like hinted at it, so that was cool too. Giving it's building theories. It was awesome. That was awesome back then. That's when it just started. We didn't know what was to come, and that was awesome. But even more awesome than the Hunt First Edition is the Hunt Mega Edition. This is the best thing. The the closest thing to RB Battles, basically. RB Battles is better though. But yeah, this was such. But this was such like a fresh take on events. Like after the games, the Haunt, Winter Spotlight, like yes, they were all right, but the Hunt Mega like simmered all of those worries down and gave us something that was like Ready Player One or Two, RB Battles, gave us the gunting experience once again in like a format that actually worked, like every 2 days. Like the Halloween Spotlight did not need to do that, but it is what it is. But the Hunt Mega, like like it was such a good time. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about, and I'll catch you guys later.